Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's great to be here. Thank you for your time in being here. I really do appreciate it. Welcome to the Results Mastery live session. We're live today on my podcast. Also being featured on iTunes and Amazon Music and about 30 other locations. We're on LinkedIn Live, we're on Facebook Live, and we're on YouTube Live. So, it's just fantastic to be in so many places at once and to be able to expand the number of people that we're able to touch and help. We're currently getting around about 7,500 to 8,000 people. So it's great to have you all here, no matter which platform you're on. Welcome and thank you for being so. One of the other important things about doing these live sessions and having podcasts and videos and so on is that this builds up your marketing collateral. So, this is not something that's going to disappear in 15 minutes and never be seen again. This will be watched or listened to for months and years and so on and so forth. So, anybody who's not doing this and want to know how to do it, feel free to get in touch and very happy to have a conversation. But that's not what we're here for today. We're here to talk about using social media advertising. Now, I think you probably need to live on a distant planet somewhere at the other side of the universe to have heard of social media. But social media advertising, not everybody's aware of, but it is honestly a fantastic opportunity for anybody. And one of the great things I like about it is that it can be tested. And I've always believed that the three most important things in marketing are testing, testing, and testing. If you cannot test something in a small conservative way that's not going to cost you a fortune, then, for me, should you be doing it? Okay, if you're Apple or, Nike or something like that, you can throw a few, probably £1 million at it to see if it works. But for most people, most of my clients who are small business owners, they can't do that. They've not got those big budgets. So the idea of testing, £8,000 radio advertising campaign, is maybe is or maybe isn't an option and not necessarily the best way of doing it. And one of the reasons I think this is such a great opportunity right now is that if you think how much attention do you think social media is getting worldwide, or in this country or in any country, how much attention, it's just phenomenal. Whether you're looking at YouTube, if you call that social media, I don't know whether you do or not, but I do know there's about 3 billion videos watched I can't remember whether it's every single day or every single hour, but it's a phenomenal amount. LinkedIn now is over 850 million people connected worldwide. About half the population of the UK are on LinkedIn, and they tend to be the more senior people, the people that perhaps, are decision makers in businesses. If you looked at the other sites, you've got over 1 billion on YouTube and, Twitter and Instagram and, everywhere else that you could possibly think of. But for me, the opportunity is, or certainly one of the opportunities is advertising. Now, yesterday I looked at the more generic side of social media. So if you've not yet seen that, I'd strongly recommend you go and try and find it somehow, or if you can't find it, just drop me a line and I'll send you a link to it. But I was talking about, posting and connecting to people, building relationships and stuff like that. But today I want to talk to you specifically about social media advertising. Now, you've probably heard of pay-per-click advertising. If you looked at that in terms of the market, the biggest player is probably Google. Google has something called AdWords. That's the brand for its advertising. And Google's AdWords, how that works is that you say to Google, if anybody types in this phrase, anybody types in, I don't know, marketing advice or business growth advice, I want to be at the top of Google on that. I want to pay Google an amount of money every time somebody clicks on my advert. And I can do things like, segment it off to certain areas. I can say, anybody on the Isle of Wight or anybody in the UK or anybody in Singapore types that into Google, then, I can come up. And if I do come up, and if somebody goes, yeah, I'm interested in finding out about Steve, then I pay Google a small amount of money. And the amount of money varies according to how competitive those keywords are and where we're going to get. It's a whole range of different criteria, let me put it that way, that depends on how much you pay. And you set a daily limit, so you're not going to get 10,000 clicks at £1 each on the first day. That may or may not be a good thing to get. But that's how that works. Social media works differently. So this is the first thing that if you've never been here, just for you to understand, it's not people looking for you like somebody searching on Google for marketing advice. It's you looking for people. Okay, so how that works, let's say, for example, it doesn't really matter which site really, but for example, on LinkedIn or Facebook or any of the sites. So I go on to LinkedIn and I'll say to LinkedIn, right, I'd like to advertise to these people. So on LinkedIn, the criteria is the industry. I can pick which industry I like. I could pick the size of company. So if I wanted to target accountants, but I want accountants who employ at least 20 people, I can do that. The next one is location. So if I want to target accountants who employ at least 20 people who are based in London, I can do that. I can also target businesses based on the company name. So if I sort of said, right, okay, these are the top 50 companies that I'd really like to do business with. These are the top 50. Let's say I took the 100 top accountancy firms in the world and I started advertising to them. I could do that using LinkedIn advertising. The other criteria, and this is a really important one, is job title. Job title. So, I don't want everybody at Vodafone seeing my advert. I just want the head of HR or the training manager or the marketing directors. Okay, so you can segment based on somebody's job title. So I could, for example, set up a campaign that said, show this advert to everybody on the Isle of Wight, which is where I live right now, everybody on the Isle of Wight who has the job title of managing director. Okay, and I might include like CEO, business owner, and so on and so forth. Okay, so the targeting of it, has just never been better. We've never in 28 years of working in marketing have we ever had such an opportunity to target right the way down to who it is you want. Now, on Facebook, that's even cleverer. Facebook's a lot cleverer because it knows us much more. When I go onto Facebook, I see for my sins, I must admit, right now anyway, I see adverts for Sheffield Wednesday season tickets. Why is that? Well, it's because I've told Facebook that the club that I support is Sheffield Wednesday. There's also tickets, or perhaps even the latest, download. I nearly said CD then, I was showing my age. The latest download of the Rolling Stones live somewhere. Why is that then? Well, I've also told Facebook the type of music that I like. And so Facebook knows a phenomenal amount about us. It knows where I am. It knows what I do for a living. It knows what I like. It knows what I don't like. It knows what I'm interested in. I get adverts for table tennis. Some of you know that I used to, years ago, play table tennis at international level. I now play more at a local level, but nonetheless, it knows that, and therefore it's advertising to me based on my interests. Not only that, and a lot of people don't know this, although some people believe it, Facebook knows what I'm checking out on the web, even when I'm not on Facebook. When I say that, I still need to be a member, but I don't have to have Facebook open for Facebook to know that I've just been looking at a variety of things. I was actually talking to my client the other day, or one of my clients, who told me that he'd been looking at another client's website. Now, this other client sold dog training, right? He runs a business doing dog training, really professionally, by the way. And he'd gone to look at this other client's site. So he looked at the dog training site. All of a sudden, using remarketing through Facebook and through Google, he was seeing other dog training websites all over the place. So somebody had picked up on that and started showing him other websites. So this is the way this is all going. By the way, it's not going to be like it is now. It's going to go more and more clever, and more focused. So you're advertising to people you're already interested in. And you can also, by the way, on social media, do something called remarketing. So I could say to LinkedIn, if anybody goes to my website, anybody visits my website who's a member of LinkedIn, I want to advertise to those people on LinkedIn. Now, the great thing about all this is, as I've already mentioned with Google, you pay per click. So, if this doesn't work for you, guess how much it costs you? Nothing, because it doesn't work. Nobody's clicking on your advert. And so it costs you zero, nothing whatsoever. In fact, you can often get vouchers and things for. I just set up a campaign for a client this morning who had a voucher for £100 worth of clicks. Yeah, and I think their clicks are costing them something like, I don't know, 60p, something like that. So if they were 50p, just to make it easy to work out, they get 200 people visiting their website free just by using the voucher on LinkedIn and setting up some advertising. So, this sort of thing's worth testing, isn't it? Now, we don't know. There's no guarantees that this is going to work. And like most things in life, they don't always work to start with. And there lies one of the big problems that people go, well, I tried it for a week. I hear people say to me all the time, things like, well, I've tried advertising on Facebook. I said, oh, right, what do you do? Oh, well, I boosted a post. Okay. How much did you boost it for and how long? I boosted it for 2 days and spent a £5. What, and you didn't get any business? What a shock. It's not going to happen overnight. You need to, if you're going to get good at something, you need to put time, money and effort into it. That is the only way. Put time, money and effort into something and it'll work. If you don't, it won't. It's as simple as that. So, think about that. Think about what are you going to do in terms of your commitment to this. My advice would be start off small, try it for a couple of weeks, make sure that you're measuring almost on a daily basis, seeing what's happening. Seeing how many people are looking at your ads, how many are clicking through, how much your adverts are costing per click. That's an important one because the numbers behind this are really essential. So if I'm selling a product for, I don't know, £1,000 and I'm paying, let's say, £1 per click and I'm getting 100 clicks, I can work out that every time somebody clicks, I can easily work out how much that costs. If I then know that for every 100 clicks I'm getting 10 inquiries again, and I know that for every 10 inquiries I'm getting 5 sales, and I know my sales are 5 sorry, £1,000, then I know for every 100 people that I pay £1 for, I'm getting 5 grand back. Who'd like to do that? You know, absolutely we would. We'd do that all day, every day. I'd have £1 million a day budget, you know, literally, you know, because I know that for every pound I put in, I'm getting, you know, a significant amount back. Okay, I may have embellished it and I may have made it sound better than it actually is. You know, I'm not suggesting for 1 minute you're going to, you know, put 100 quid in and get 5 grand back. But, you know, that's got to be the objective. We're working towards that. Now, a lot of people tell me, well, not a lot, but some people tell me when they've tried this themselves, or sometimes even when we've done it for them, they'll say things like, well, it's not working. This advert is not working. I'll say, oh, really? Let's have a look at the numbers. And they'll say, well, we've had 250, no, I'll say more than that. We've had 5,000 people see our advert. We've had 200 people clicked and gone to our website. And I'll say, well, what part of the advertising's not worked? Well, don't know. You know, we haven't got any business. So whose fault's that? It's certainly not the advert's fault. The advert, as long as you did the targeting right, the advert's job is to sell a click, to get people to go from LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter or YouTube or wherever it is to go to your website. That's the total job of the campaign. It is not to sell something, because the amount of text you get is minuscule. It's just a, you know, a little box or a, you know, a sentence or two, or perhaps it's a little video that you know, if you're doing video advertising, because you can do that as well. But it ain't a lot, right? And the job of the advert is to get the click, to sell the click, get people to go, oh, let me find out more. Let me find out a little bit more about that. Let me learn more about it. That's the job of the advert. The job of the website is to get the inquiry. So if you're doing this or thinking of doing this and you're not getting any clicks, then clearly something's wrong with your ad. Okay. It could be the targeting, could be the way you're using it, could be, you know, a variety of different things. But if they're clicking, it's the fault of your web page. And there's something wrong with that. Now, obviously, I don't know what is wrong with your web page. I'll give you an example of a few things that tend to go wrong. Firstly, people direct people to the homepage, even though the adverts are talking about a particular product. So I might be better off sending people that I'm doing a LinkedIn advert to my LinkedIn training page. You with me? So sending them to the right page is a mistake. Sorry, sending them to the wrong page is a mistake. That's what I meant to say. And then, you know, it could be something wrong with the page. It could be the headline, could be the use of a video, could be a lack of a video, could be too complicated, not enough text, too much text, could be lack of a testimonials or a video testimonial, could be the call to action. It could be that it'd be better to offer something free, like a free bonus or a free, you know, maybe a seminar or a place on a webinar or a LinkedIn live like this one, you know, so they click on my advert. You know, are you looking, you know, I might do an advert. Are you looking to grow your business and finding it difficult right now? If so, click here. Advert did its job. They then come to a page saying, I'd like to invite you to a free online thing called LinkedIn Live. It's tomorrow at 12:30. If you'd like to sign up, click here. And they click there and they sign up. And then, you know, the process begins. I can then follow them up and liaise with them. And they've spent a quarter of an hour, or in this case, 20 minutes with me. And jobs done. Yeah. So I hope that's been of value. I don't want to keep you any longer because I try to keep my sessions down to 15 to 20 minutes, and we're already on 21 minutes. So I'll say goodbye for now. I just say to you, if you want to know more, if you want a meeting with me, if you're serious about growing your business, if you're finding it tough right now, which a lot of people are, perhaps you're thinking, I don't quite know what to do or where to go, or, you could be just, doing well and really want to do better. So either way, I'd be very happy to have a meeting with you. Just go to my website. That's the easiest. Go to steve-mills.com. And there you can book a meeting. There's a big gold button like the ones below on the screen here. Just click on one of those and you can book a meeting with me using my online diary. Other than that, thanks ever so much for being here, and wish you every success in the future. Thanks for listening.